everybody has more than one berry supplier. Everyone has more than one iceberg lettuce supplier. Are you able to use that information to benchmark those suppliers and at some level reward the better ones and move back on some of the ones who are having troubles?
I'd say this, Minos, we do have the ability. I don't think we've really fully built that out right now. We've got it built out all the way through our recipes. And so what I challenged our culinary team is we have what we call a love index. It's a simple thumb down thumb. And so whenever you cook a recipe, we ask our customers, go and just give it a thumbs up. I've challenged them that we need to average 90% or better. You recognize there is some fickleness to palates. I like spicy. Somebody likes spicy. They get a thumbs down because it was too spicy or not spicy. You can't get it perfect. But what's really interesting is over time you can take that and you can feed that into what are the source challenges. And when we run into the challenges that are supplier driven, we absolutely feed that back. It's like, hey, that if we're talking pasta, it's a little mushy. We didn't like, the texture of that. Or obviously in produce, hey, there was brown or burn, and we got a lot of negatives on that. And so we do feed that back. We pretty much leave it into our produce team to sort that data, do it probably more traditionally than the deep data integration in other areas.
James?
Yeah, it's the same in retail. I mean, those buyers, they manage those vendors, and they know who they can count on. They know who can perform for them day in and day out. We obviously don't have the option to pick and choose when we want to carry items, when they're at the peak season and when they're not. We have to carry things basically around. There's not a whole lot of produce items these days that you can't get year round from imports and everything else. But they just, they know who those guys are. We have some technologies that help us manage those vendor relations and some of those scorecards for those vendors. But pretty much the same retail.
Tony?
Well, I think Minos has it exactly right. The benchmark or the scorecard, as James just said, is extremely important. So, and I think, companies that are successful, I don't know as much and I haven't had a lot of dealings with Costco, but Costco has been very successful. And I think part of it is that vendor relationship. So if I were to start benchmarking our suppliers, which we do, is where does quality stand on that? Is quality third, fourth, fifth, or is it number one in on your scorecard? That's the most important thing. And then, in fact, we're having a conversation with one of our vendors right now regarding the quality of their products, because it's not what we were promised. And again, when we look at our scorecards, quality is number one. Price is really down there further as 2 or 3. So it's quality, service, as far as fills and as a responsiveness, and then it's really price. Because we feel like that top part of our scorecard is the most important to us.